Hello, hello, hello. God damn it, let's make this a prog review. Yeah, welcome to this episode of Prog Review. It's a bit sad, we lost another one. We lost another master uh, in the form of Djivan Gasparian. I've probably mangled his name there. Gasparian, uh, an Armenian duduk player. He's played on many things. The most commercial thing would be on Peter Gabriel's Passion soundtrack. But we're not going to talk about that one. I mean, he was 93, so it's a good innings, but it was a shock to see him pass very recently. We'll outdate the video, but it doesn't matter. But what we're going to do is going to go back to 1998, and we're looking at Black Rock, the album he made with Michael Brook. He's on the back there. Should we do a show and tell? Yeah, go on. So that's what the inside looks like. There's the CD, shiny. There's the inner. And yeah, I mean, I got this one. Well, I'll show you because there's a little surprise hiding inside the booklet. What's the surprise, Darren? Lovely booklet. It explains the making of. All these liner notes you can read at the Real World website. They've got a really nice page. Also some interviews with Michael Brook and the song meanings. Most of the songs on here are love songs. But yeah, I actually, inside it is the receipt. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there it is. No, I actually bought this on the 11th of September 98, which I imagine was the day it came out. And I got this at Camden Town. Now, I don't think I bought that. I've got a feeling the missus bought me this. Camden, because I have no memory of buying it. And it says Camden Town Tower Records. So I've got a funny sneaking suspicion that the missus might have bought this for me, because she used to work at Camden in that period. And if I'd have bought this, I would have bought this at Waterloo. So that's where I was working. So yeah, thanks, missus. This again. I played this to death back in the day, and I was listening to it. I've listened to it twice. I listened to it yesterday. I listened to it this morning. And with Penumbra. Penumbra I've already reviewed. Again, Gasparian, he is a duduk player. Duduk is it's a long wind instrument with a reed. It's a very distinctive sound. When you hear it, I just find it incredibly emotive. And he was the master. He was the master of his instrument. Yeah, he'd won 4 gold medals in UNESCO's worldwide competitions, and was a professor at the Yerevan Conservatory, and educated a whole generation of duduk players. Again, this is in the liner notes in here. So we have, again, it's a hybrid album. It's where Michael Brook and someone from another musical sphere, he's done it before with Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan on 2 albums. He did it with the Sawozi brothers on an album, which again is another great one. I think I've reviewed that. And he does it here. This is the first time he worked in his hybrid capacity. I think he'd worked with Brook had worked with Gasparian before, recording him for Brian Eno, but this is the first time they kind of intersected, and it's one of those marvelous things where we have elements of Western music and elements of Armenian music, and we're creating this, I'm going to use the F word, fusion, and it's a fusion of things. And I just find it, again, it's over 20 years old now, but I put it on and it sounds really fresh. Again, it's Michael Brook's ear for production. You also got to thank Richard Evans. Richard Evans is on this. Again, somebody who worked with Gabriel and works in the Real World Studios. He plays guitar and bass and does keyboards on this as well. And I think he should have got like a co-credit on this, because he's on it. Again, it's hard. I find it hard. Again, stuff I really like, I find it very hard to talk about, because it is a marvelous record. Not only have you have Djivan playing the duduk, he also sings on a couple of the tracks, and he has again a very distinctive voice, and it's sung in Armenian. So I have no idea what he's singing, but I find it quite hypnotic and amazing. And yeah, I just love this record. It's really cool, and it kind of fell off my radar again. You know, it's one of those ones I don't revisit enough. Naughty Darren. And again, you hear it's a really good combination of Brook's guitar work, and he's just such a sensible guitarist and producer. He gives his guest artists space to move in, and we hear this here. You hear Gasparian, you know, has a lot of space to work in, and I just think it's genius what Brook does with these crossover albums. Again, it's not going to necessarily be for everyone, because it's world music, I suppose. I wouldn't necessarily call it that, because I think it's got more of a ground in Western music. But again, it creates something new. It's something you've not heard before, and you won't hear it again. And I just think it's marvelous. This is what I call progressive music. This is truly progressive, and yeah, it's just a shame that we'll not see the likes of this again. They did a second one, Penumbra, which again I think I've already reviewed, which came out 10 years later in 2008. But yeah, so yeah, again, Michael Brook. It's a shame that he doesn't move in these worlds anymore. It's again, you know, 20 years ago, it was such a fertile time for music, and now things, I don't know, not as interesting. But we have these albums, and again, if you haven't checked it out, you can listen to these on the streaming services and everything, and hopefully you'll get a buzz from it, you know. Because I think they are worth your time. I think they are worth checking out. Again, not necessarily for everyone, but if you want to hear something new and something progressive, and you'll hear something ancient and modern, you know, traditional and forward-looking, this is it. And also you get this, we've got, yeah, real world. Back in the day, they had lovely designs, you know. And you know, you bought the CD because it wasn't on vinyl. You bought the CDs, and you just felt like you were getting something special with the uniform, you know, artwork and everything. And those were good old days. They were the good old days back in the day. And again, it's a shame real world, you know, aren't putting out more stuff like this. But again, I guess times move on, tastes move on, you know, and that's it. I'm getting all old and yeah, the good old days. But do check it out, and it's just, dear, you know, when you think back to it, I can't get nostalgic. Getting nostalgic for it, but it doesn't sound like an album that was recorded back then. It sounds like a now album. It sounds like it was recorded now. So yeah, do check it out. You could probably pick a copy up for 99p. If you look in the right places, I imagine. So yeah, it's a great shame that Gasparian has passed. But 93 is not bad. I hope I can get to 93. And yeah, it's a shame that Michael Brook doesn't do stuff like this anymore. But we still have the records. We can still listen to them, and it is a great journey through. Again, I find them very emotional landscapes. They touch a place, you know. It's very similar to what I did with Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. You know, these are very cinematic landscapes. You're travelling, conjure all manner of images in your mind, and that's the best kind of music. But then you've also got this kind of, you know, Western sensibility to it as well. So it's then it's just a great record, great playing. So yeah, do give it a listen. It gets 5 forbidden loves out of 5. 5 forbidden loves out of 5. So yeah, do give it a chance. Again, not necessarily for all you Pink Floyd fans out there, but for everyone else who likes new things and new journeys and music that's going to take you into different worlds, this is the one. And thank you, Mr. Gasparian, for your amazing music. That's it. I was, yeah, again, a bit like John Hassel going the other day, and you just go, oh, all the greats are going. Time is brief and a mere folly, but at least we still have the music. Thank you. And with that, there's only one more thing left to say, and that is prog on.